What if I told you there's a jungle paradise just minutes from Manuel Antonio, where there's no crowds, beautifully colored frogs, coatis wander the trails, hanging bridges are everywhere, and you can swim beneath the waterfalls in the heart of the rainforest. Welcome to Rainmaker. The road to Rainmaker takes you through a palm oil plantation, and this is a first-hand look of how devastating tearing down the rainforest can be and putting up just palm trees. But once you arrive, everything changes. The birds are singing, the jungle feels close, and you realize this place is alive. One of my favorite parts about Rainmaker is that it's not just a protected place. This place invites you to be part of nature and enjoy it to the maximum. The trails are really well maintained. The map shows you exactly where to go, where to swim, and where to explore. In less than 2 hours, you can see everything that this park has to offer. You can hike through the dense jungle, cross hanging bridges, and dive into some of the best crystal clear swimming holes along the river. It's like a golden invitation to be part of the heart of the rainforest. As you're bouncing up and down, hoping that these bridges hold it together, you might spot a toucan, a sloth, or a monkey, or nothing at all, because the rainforest ultimately decides when the animals want to be seen. Looking at the canopy from this high up is a unique perspective, and if you just stop and stay still, you might be lucky enough to spot something. At first, we were pretty much just focused on making it up the hill to the hanging bridges, but every time we took a break, that's when we noticed the wildlife. I could hear the distinct call of a poison dart frog, but it took me a while to find one. And when we finally did, I was blown away because this was the first time I've ever seen a granular poison dart frog in these cool colors. It was like tropical blue, green, and yellow, just bright and warning, hey, you don't want to eat me. This was definitely a frog day because there was tons of little baby frogs that were just coming out of the creeks and heading up to go start their new lives. Another really cool rare sighting that we got to see was a rocket frog, which is a different type of poison dart frog. And by the river, there was tons of black and green poison dart frogs with all sorts of really cool patterns. Poison dart frogs get their toxins from what they eat. And out here in the wild, they're eating a lot of mites and ants and all sorts of things that have these different toxins in them. Crazy enough, if you have them in captivity, they can lose all of their toxic properties because they don't have that wild diet. And then there was this guy. A white-nosed coati walked right up to us like he owned the place and was like, hey, you gonna give me some food? But don't worry, I know better than to feed the wildlife, and this was an epic encounter to get this close to a white-nosed coati. Right behind me is the white-nosed coati. It's related to the raccoons, and this guy is amazing. I mean, you can see him going to town looking for bugs and things in the ground. They've got that long nose so they can start digging things up, and they have really, really sharp claws as well. This is an animal that I don't want to mess with. Coatis are super intelligent, and you saw it just climb up to the top of this box where they put out things like fruit for all the birds and the butterflies. But the coati's not going to pass up a free meal either. And so he was just checking it out to see if there was any good food that he could snatch and run away with. Everything was going perfectly according to the plan until the skies opened up, and for 30 minutes, it downpoured rain on us.
I know we're in Rainmaker because they clearly made the rain today.
So we quickly packed up all the camera gear, got it safely tucked away, and what else do you do when it's raining? Go swimming. The water was clean, the perfect temperature, and we even saw some good-sized trouts swimming right next to us. Swimming in the rain was a blast and the perfect way to wait out the storm. Rainmaker isn't just wild, it's welcoming. There's clean bathrooms, easy parking, and a rancho that serves hot food and cold beer. And tucked behind it all is this really cool pond that has all sorts of species of birds, bugs, and even the basilisk. The $20 fee to enter the park was well worth it, and we had a blast exploring Rainmaker. Driving out, you're back into palm oil country and it's mile after mile of monoculture. It really makes you think just how important these protected spaces are for the animals, for the forest, and for us. If Manuel Antonio feels too crowded or you just want something a little bit more peaceful, more personal, and more wild, this is the place you have to check out. If you like this adventure, give it a like, subscribe, and in the comments, let me know which of those frogs did you think was the coolest. More wildlife, culture, and travel stories are headed your way. This is Peligro Life. Stay wild.